Hi there, in this video we'll find out the future outlook of NIO. That may be the new Tesla of China. As you can see, the stock price went up almost 50% in just 2 months. Now tell me, what are the odds that NIO will be a 10x in the next 10 years? If you look at the whole picture, you can see that the stock price has declined by over 80% from its peak. If you search on YouTube for NIO, there are many videos that say NIO will go to the moon. But I don't know how many of them are looking at the fundamentals. Because if you look at their last quarter, you can see that they reported a decline in their deliveries. Of course, quarter over quarter, they had an increase of 20%. But if you compare to the last quarter, Q4 2024, they had a decline of 22%. However, despite this decrease, NIO is up almost 50%. They have tailwinds from the electric car industry, and China's EV sales is expected to exceed 8 million units by the end of 2023. Now, if you look at the fundamentals and the competition, there is another story. As you can see, they made around 1.3 billion in the first quarter of 2023, but they also had a loss of over 700 million. You might say that this is a growth stock. They invest all their profits to expand their market share. But if you look at the top selling electric vehicles in China from January to April 2023, you can see that on the first place is BYD, followed by Tesla, other models from BYD, and of course other Chinese companies. And on the last place is NIO. They sold around 23,000 cars. That means a market share around 1.2%. Now, if you look at the total market share in China, you can see that BYD is the leader, followed by Tesla. So, the probability of NIO to succeed in this industry is quite low, because there is a lot of competition. As you can see, there are a lot of companies. If you invest in NIO at the current market cap, this is not an investment, but a bet. You bet on their future opportunities. That may never happen. Of course, they have their chances, but they are quite low. Now, if you look at the analyst estimates, you can see that the revenue is expected to increase from 6.8 billion to over 16 billion by 2025. But their earnings are expected to be with minus. They expect a loss of 2 billion this year and then a billion next year. And in 2025, a profit around 140 million. That may happen or not. However, if you look at their guidance, they expect a decrease in their deliveries for the second quarter of 2023. They expect between 23 and 25,000 vehicles to be sold. That means a decrease in their total sales from 40,000 to 25,000. As electric vehicles in China expect to grow a lot, NIO will deliver low results, a decrease in their deliveries. So their future outlook is not that great, but the stock price is going up. Maybe people like their name and they don't look at their fundamentals, their future outlook, and what the market expects. By the way, this is from their management. The management is saying that they will have a decrease in their deliveries. It's not a prediction. Moreover, there is another risk, which is dilution. The number of shares has increased from 1 billion to over 1.6 billion. And as they are making no profits, they'll need more money to fund their operations, to expand their business. And they can do that by issuing more shares or by taking more debt. They currently have 5.5 billion in cash, and their debt is around 2.6 billion. So for the moment, they have some money to fund their operations. But when they burn all their money, they will need new funds. And they already said that they will issue new shares. The Abu Dhabi government is going to invest over 700 million in NIO. And the management said that they will issue 84 million new shares that will be purchased at a price around $8.72. So as they have 1.6 billion, this number will increase to 1.7 billion shares. So dilution is a risk that you have to be aware of. Of course, they also have opportunities. As you can see, the revenue is expected to increase. And if their growth continues, they will make more than 100 million in profits, then the market cap can increase to 100 billion. But don't forget the competition. So if you want to value this business on their earnings, based on analyst estimates, then the risk is that the market cap can go to 3 billion. Compare that to the current market cap, around 18 billion, the stock price can decline a lot from the current level. So you have to be aware of this risk. Even though the earnings are expected to improve, if you value this business on their earnings, this is their fair value. However, if the earnings will double from 140 million, then the fair value may be around 11 billion for 10%. If they make more money, then the value can be even higher, 21 billion. But this depends on their future profits, if they'll deliver some earnings or not. As they're expecting a decrease in their deliveries, their future is not that great. At the current market cap around 18 billion, the stock price is quite overvalued. Even though they have tailwinds from China, the economy is growing there, but there is a lot of competition. BYD, Tesla, and other Chinese companies, which have a better position compared to NIO, which is on the last place. And they also said that they expect a decline in their deliveries. Of course, the stock price is going up. The market doesn't care about fundamentals and their future outlook, especially their guidance, the management guidance. And that's why investors have a decline of 80% in their portfolio, because they invest when the stock price goes up and sells when the stock price goes down, because they see great opportunities from this industry, especially in China. They watch other videos on YouTube that say NIO will go to the moon, but the reality is not that great. So be aware of the risk. But if you really want to invest in NIO, take advantage of this opportunity, even though they have low chances, invest only a small amount, so that if the stock price goes down another 50%, you don't lose all your money. Just a small part of your portfolio. Always focus on the risk first. If you do that, you are more protected against the risk of losing your money. I'm not making this video to tell you that the stock price will go down, but to help you to avoid this trap, the risk of losing your money. And if you have any questions, or if you want me to analyze something new, please let me know in the comments.